Vitamix Composting for non-composters. I've got a quick tip for you today that I learned from an old-time gardener who'd been gardening like 30 years. They didn't necessarily use a Vitamix, but they did this technique I'm going to show you. If your compost isn't working like mine isn't, and I'm coming into winter and I can't compost, I actually blend up everything in the blender, or you can use a regular blender or any kind of blender. I use the Vitamix. And then I pour it outside in the soil. I bury it. And then all the nutrients from this go right into my soil without having to compost, because there's all these inoculants and things that will break down this compost right here in my soil if I add it directly. So I just finished harvesting some carrots from my garden, and I had all these green tops and bits of carrots, and I'm going to blend them up, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second, and we'll head out to the garden. Okay, here's what it looks like. Carrot top soup. Took quite a while to blend it because those carrot tops are really gnarly, but it came into a completely smooth soup. So why am I adding this to my soil, you might be asking? That is pure nutrition right there. And all that nutrition, if I put it in my soil, then it gets absorbed into my plants next year. And when you do container gardening like I do, the plants use up a lot of the nutrition each year, and you have to refresh your soil. So let's head out and I'll show you how I put it in my soil. Okay, we're out in my container garden. I've got 8 big trays. I've already filled this one full of garlic bits and the wrappers of garlic when I put in about 3 pounds of garlic. And I forget what that one has. That has some garlic in it too. Anyway, I'm still getting arugula and cilantro, but this bed is gone. It's dead for the season and cleaned out. So all I do is I take my pitcher, see if I can do this, walk and chew gum at the same time here. And I just pour this. Now, if it were thicker, I wouldn't even have to dig a trench. I actually dug a trench out. See if I got it all. Yep, got it all. And then I just go and kind of cover it up, because that soil, the bacteria in there are going to help break down what I just added. So literally, I do this once or twice a week whenever I have a bunch of greens that I just don't want to throw out. And of course, you know, if you're a composter, great, you don't have to go through this step, but I have not been a successful composter yet. But I do a lot of saving of my scraps, like all these cilantro leaves and stems. I'll just take some scissors and chop them up and then bury them right back in the soil. And by I'm in December now, by spring, that'll all be broken down and make my soil super nutrient rich, and saving me from having to compost. I hope you like this tip. Go down in the comments and let me know. Have you ever heard of this, of actually putting the vegetables back in the soil without composting them? And would you have any tips also for this strategy if you've used it? And I think that's it. Thanks so much. I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thumbs up lets me know you're liking what I'm doing. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.